Have you ever thought to yourself, what is this small little packet inside my shoebox? Or maybe in your new bags, or sometimes in snacks. And then you pick it up and it says, Silica Gel. Throw away, do not eat. Or maybe you took it another step further and opened the packet to see small clear beads, and when you accidentally poured them into some water, it makes tiny little pops. Hello everyone, my name is Vander and welcome to Vander Explains. Today, we have quite an interesting topic to discuss. Silica Gel. Yes, I know, it might not be the most interesting thing, but I'm sure almost all of you have wondered what this packet actually does. So without further ado, let's get started. Silica gel is a highly porous and amorphous form of the chemical compound SiO2, short for silicon dioxide, that helps in the adsorption of vapors. We will get back to exactly what that means in a moment, but first, let's start with when it was created. What were its uses back in the day? It has been said that the earliest record of silica gel usage started way back during the 1640s. Back then, its creation was nothing more than to fulfill scientific curiosity. Silica gel then went off the books for a couple of centuries before resurfacing again during the years leading up to World War I in 1914. During the war, these magical balls were used inside gas mask canisters that assisted with the adsorption and filtration of harmful vapors. Now you may be wondering, did I say that word incorrectly? It's absorption, not adsorption. Well, fear not, I made that mistake too when I was researching this topic, so let me clear this out for all of us. Absorption occurs when molecules dissolve or diffuse into another material, which is typically the mass transfer of liquids into solids. Adsorption, on the other hand, is when molecules attach themselves into the surface of another material, not dissolving or diffusing inside, but just attaching to its surface. Now you may be asking how that is helpful for the soldiers, so let's get back to that. These masks were crucial during the war as it protected soldiers from chlorine gas attacks. If a person were to be exposed to chlorine gas for a prolonged period, they would experience severe breathing issues that may lead up to lung collapse and eventually death. So, the silica gel in the masks help attract and latch on to the harmful chemicals in the air, preventing it from being inhaled by the soldiers. Nearing the end of the First World War in 1919, silica gel was officially patented by a chemistry professor named Walter Albert Patrick at Johns Hopkins University. Professor Walter came up with a quick and cheap method to mass-produce silica gel, which helped in the commercialization of the product. He struck a deal with what is now known as the Grace Davison Chemical Company to begin selling them in 1923. During World War II, between 1939 and 1945, silica gel served an even more pivotal role in keeping penicillin moisture-free, which in turn kept it effective and viable. Silica gel also prevented moisture buildup and damage to military supplies and equipment. It is safe to say that silica gel helped immensely in the preservation of penicillin, which in turn helped save millions of lives and possibly ended the war a lot sooner. Now back to the properties of silica gel. We have already discussed its absorptive properties, but now let's take a look at its high porosity. Under a microscope, silica gels are actually not smooth-looking little colorless balls, but instead a sponge-like sphere with lots of holes in them. Pairing this fact with its absorbent nature allows silica gel to attract and latch onto molecules that wafts around the air. Any gases or vapors present will get trapped into the pores, resulting in this simple yet unique moisture prevention tool. Lastly, let's briefly address its amorphous nature. If something is amorphous, it means that it has no clearly defined shape or form. Although we briefly discussed silica gel's sponge-like structure, it is also unique in the fact that it can readjust its shape depending on the situation. We can compare that to something like a plastic bag. If we place only one item in the bag, it probably won't expand as much. But as soon as we place more and more items, the bag will change its shape to accommodate its contents. This happens because each individual atom of silicon is bonded with 4 oxygen atoms, and each oxygen atom is bonded to 2 silicon atoms. This pattern just keeps on repeating itself, thus creating an amorphous structure. Now that we've cleared that up, let's talk about what silica gel is used for today. Silica gel is classified as a desiccant. It is basically a substance that induces or sustains a state of dryness to its surrounding area. Some examples of desiccants are activated charcoal, calcium chloride, but the most commonly used desiccant is in fact silica gel. Commonly, silica gel can be found in places like packaged food products, inside your new pair of kicks, inside electronic equipment, or inside medicine bottles. In all these cases, silica gel mainly acts as a dehumidifier to prevent any moisture damage to all these products. You wouldn't want a soggy packet of cookies or biscuits now, would you? That's what I thought so too. Since silica gel also have absorbent properties, it will also help in removing or minimizing unwanted odors. Maybe if a medicine bottle smells bad, or if your clothes reek of sweat, silica gel can help adsorb some of those bad stenches. Another interesting fact is that silica gel is non-toxic and non-flammable, which makes it relatively safe to handle. Now I know that some of you might be wondering, why do packets of silica gel have a "do not eat" sign plastered on top of them? Well, actually, that is only placed there due to the fact that silica gel cannot be digested by the human body. If you accidentally consume silica gel, nothing much will happen, unless you consume an abnormally large amount of silica, which then can get stuck in your intestinal tract or lodged in your stomach. It is also placed there as a choking hazard warning. Since the beads are really small, there are choking risks present when handled by children. One last fact is that if you place silica gel beads inside enough water, they might entertain you with tiny little pops. This happens as the water molecules quickly gets adsorbed by the beads as they cover the surface of the silica gel. So, if you ever see one of those packets lying around, try and give yourself a quick little chuckle by doing this. Now, of course, with every packet of silica gel that you may have, it is almost always safer to just dispose of them. But they might be of use in some interesting scenarios. We have just covered almost all there is to know about silica gel. So now, let me share these 5 interesting life hacks that might come in handy. The first hack is that silica gel can be placed inside your spice cabinet to maintain the condition of your dry spices. You know that feeling when you open up your old bottle of spices to make your favorite curry or stew and find them either stuck to the bottom or clumped up? Once a bottle of dried spices get exposed to enough air, it will have the tendency to clump up or harden due to moisture. Just ask your old bottle of onion powder. But with the help of our trusty silica gel, we could prevent this horrifying tragedy from happening. Just throw a couple of them into your spice cabinet and boom, you have yourself a well-maintained collection of spices. The next hack is that silica gel can be used to make your chips, snacks, or biscuits stay crisp and crunchy. If you ever have a leftover bag of chips, you can just pop a pack of silica gel inside, clip it or seal it, and it will stay crispier for much longer. Or maybe some cookies or biscuits too. Just place the packet of silica inside of the container and you shouldn't worry about it getting soggy or mushy. This works with any food products that needs to be kept nice and dry. Another hack is to use silica gel inside of your jewelry boxes or inside your cutlery drawers to keep them pristine. Moisture in the air can tarnish or cause blemishes to your jewelry and silverware. The air will cause the shine and color to gradually fade or even cause some of them to stain. You can simply prevent this by storing them next to a packet of silica gel. This way you can ensure that their shine and color stays the same. Our second to final hack is that silica gel can be used to prevent rust damage. So, if you have a used razor lying around, pop them inside a Ziploc bag with a silica gel packet and it can stay rust-free and sharper for much longer. Packs of silica can also be placed in a toolbox to minimize rusting on used tools. So basically, any rust-prone metal can benefit by having silica gel near them. Our last and final hack is that silica gel can be used to help save a phone or any electronics from water damage. Now, most phones nowadays are water resistant, though if they have been submerged in water for a little too long, it might still cause some problems. Now, you may have heard of putting wet phone inside rice, but actually, silica gel works much better. You can place your phone inside a Ziploc bag and cover it with multiple packets of silica gel. Leave it for several hours or even overnight, and boom, you've got yourself a super dry phone. Hopefully, it won't be too late and your phone will still work. So, at the end of the day, you have just listened to a person talk about silica gel for about 11 minutes. If that was you, I sincerely appreciate it. I hope this video was as informative for you as it was for me researching and creating it. Hope we all learned something new today and some interesting hacks to share with your friends and families. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and possibly consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the video and recommend me some other topics to research and explain. For now, this is Vander, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.